So, as you can see, we've got the gravity dispensers. We've got sort of a whole host of pasta, rice, all your pulses and beans, down to muesli, porridge. And the idea with these, customer can either bring their own container, something along these lines, for example, pop it underneath, pull the handle, fill it up, job done. And then we've also got things in jars which are not as good in gravity dispensers, so things that might get a bit sort of sticky, things like dried fruits, and then you've got sugars, nuts, seeds, chocolate chips, we've got some chocolate treats, got the little Brazil nuts, chocolate peanuts, things like that. So in terms of foodstuffs, that's kind of what we've got, as well as the staples like flowers and things. And people are really enjoying the idea of sort of sticking the container under and playing with the machine. It's quite cool, you know.
As a small market town, Ulverston has always been a hub of activity and is well known for favouring small family-run businesses above large corporations. So what's the reception been like for Cut the Wrap?
It's been great. There's been absolutely loads of support on sort of social media and things like that. The page has just gone, and people are kind of really engaging with the idea of finding a way to reduce their plastic packaging on their grocery shop. People are loving sort of coming in and, you know, like I say, playing with the machine and knowing that they're not creating any additional waste doing that. You know, there's not going to be a plastic packet stuck in the bin from their pasta or whatever. It has been really well received. We're really, really chuffed at how it's going, yeah.
There has been a recent push on raising awareness of the damage that plastic waste can cause, but have the Moffats noticed if any demographic in particular has become more conscientious?
Yeah, I think there's sort of two kind of bands of positivity within our customers. We've got the sort of younger generation who are really, really aware of plastic packaging and really, really sort of environmentally conscious, and that kind of millennial generation that are really on the ball with that kind of thing. And then we've also got the sort of slightly older generation who will regularly say to us, well, this is how we used to shop, you know, and it's going back to how it used to be, and we need to do that in order to be sustainable. So I think there's kind of awareness across the board, really, that, you know, it's just not sustainable to keep putting things in non-recyclable plastic that's just going to end up either in landfill or in the environment, you know.
So how did the Moffat family actually make their transition into being the environmental crusaders they are today?
So about sort of getting on for 2 years ago now, we decided to make more of an effort as a family to cut down on our own plastics, and especially on our own sort of non-recyclable single-use plastics. And some things were sort of quite easy to do, so things like swapping for a bamboo coffee cup to take with us and that kind of thing, so you're not always reusing a disposable one. But some things were quite hard, things like packets of these sorts of things, like, you know, it was just impossible to buy them without having to buy a piece of rubbish wrapped around it, you know. So we started to look at kind of alternative ways of shopping, and we came across the idea of a zero waste shop in Devon. The first one to open in the UK was in Devon, in Totnes. And we started to think more and more about it and started to think, well, do you know what, actually we would use a shop like that, and I think, you know, lots of other people would too. So we did some research and found out that actually, yeah, I think probably it could be a goer. So we thought, well, let's set one up then. Let's do it.
You can find Cut the Wrap on Upper Brook Street in Ulverston. Just don't forget your Tupperware. Gabrielle Rowley, That's TV.